Hey there, everyone! Today, I've got a story to tell you about me and my little brother Leo. We may live under the same roof, but wow, we are so different. Our differences sometimes make us laugh, sometimes make us argue, but they always teach me something new. Before we jump in, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel. Your support means the world to me. Ready? Let's get started. I still remember the day Leo was born. I was only 4 years old then, but I felt so grown up. Mum and Dad were super happy. Dad picked me up and said,
Mia, you have a baby brother now.
I looked at the tiny baby in Mum's arms. He was so small, with little fingers and tiny toes. Everyone smiled and laughed, but I felt strange. At first, I thought, cool, a little brother to play with. But then, another thought popped into my head. Will Mum and Dad still love me the same? I didn't say it out loud, but deep inside, I was a little scared. When we brought Leo home, everything changed. Mum was always busy with him, feeding him, changing his diapers, rocking him to sleep. And Dad, he kept telling me,
Mia, be careful. Don't make noise. Your brother is sleeping.
I started missing the days when it was just me, Mom and Dad. I missed the quiet times when Mom read me bedtime stories, or when Dad helped me build pillow forts in the living room. Now, all they talked about was Leo. I would peek into the baby's room and watch him sleep. Sometimes, I felt happy looking at him, but other times, I felt this tiny pinch in my heart. Will I always have to share everything now? That's when I realized having a little brother might not be as easy as I thought. And this was just the beginning. As Leo grew older, it became clear how different we were. I loved drawing, reading books, and playing quietly with my toys. But Leo, oh, he was a little ball of energy. He ran everywhere, touched everything, and made so much noise. I remember one day, I was carefully coloring my favorite picture of a unicorn. I had been working on it for an hour, making sure every part was perfect. Suddenly, Leo rushed in, holding his toy airplane, and crash! He knocked over my crayons and scribbled right across my drawing. I gasped. Leo, you ruined it, I shouted, but he just giggled and ran away. I was so frustrated. I wanted to cry. Why couldn't he just be calm like me? At dinner, Mom noticed I was quiet. She asked, Mia, is everything okay? I wanted to say, no, Mom, Leo is driving me crazy. But instead, I just nodded. Later that night, I sat in my room, hugging my favorite teddy bear. I thought, why is Leo so different? Why can't he like the things I like? But then, I heard Leo giggling from the living room. He was building a tower with his blocks and making silly sounds. Even though I was upset, I couldn't help but smile a little. He's different, but maybe different isn't always bad. I thought, that's when I started realizing being different might be hard, but it also makes life more interesting. As days went by, our differences felt even bigger. I loved quiet mornings, reading my books in bed, but every morning, Leo would burst into my room, jumping on my bed like it was a trampoline.
Wake up, Mia. Let's play!
He'd shout. I'd groan and pull my blanket over my head. Leo, I'm reading. Can't you be quiet for once? But Leo didn't understand. He would just laugh and keep jumping until Mum called him for breakfast. One afternoon, I decided to build a puzzle. I had been saving for weeks. It had 500 pieces. I carefully laid all the pieces on the floor and started working. I was so focused, until I heard little footsteps running towards me. "Oh no," I whispered. Leo plopped down beside me and grabbed a handful of puzzle pieces. "Leo, no! This is my puzzle," I said, trying to take them back.
But I want to help.
He said with a pout. I sighed. "Fine, but be careful." For a few minutes, everything was okay. But then, Leo accidentally knocked over half of the pieces I had already placed. I felt my face turn red. "Leo, you're ruining everything," I yelled. Leo's eyes filled with tears. He didn't mean to ruin my puzzle, but I was too upset to care.
I just wanted to play with you.
He whispered before running to his room. I sat there staring at the mess. I felt guilty, but also frustrated. Why couldn't we just get along? That night, I lay in bed thinking maybe we're just too different to ever be close. But deep down, a little voice inside me whispered, or maybe we just need to understand each other more. That night, I couldn't sleep. I kept thinking about how sad Leo looked. When he ran to his room, did I overreact? I wondered. The next morning, I found a note slipped under my door. It was written in messy crayon letters.
Sorry, Mia. I didn't mean to break your puzzle. I just wanted to be with you. Love, Leo.
My heart softened. I suddenly remembered all the times Leo made me laugh. Like the time he wore Mom's oversized slippers and pretended to be a penguin, waddling around the house, or when he hugged me tightly after I scraped my knee at the park. Maybe we were different, but that didn't mean we couldn't love each other. I held the note close to my heart and thought, maybe it's not about being the same, but about accepting our differences. At breakfast, I saw Leo playing with his cereal. Looking down, I walked up to him and whispered, "Hey, want to help me finish the puzzle today?" His eyes lit up.
Really?
"Really?" I smiled. Leo jumped up and hugged me tightly. It felt nice. Maybe having a little brother wasn't so bad after all. Later that day, Leo and I sat on the floor with my puzzle pieces scattered around us. But no touching the pieces unless I say so, I teased. Raising an eyebrow, Leo giggled. "Got it, boss?" As we worked together, I realized something surprising. Leo noticed things I didn't.
Look, Mia. This piece has a tiny blue star. It matches this corner.
He said excitedly. He was right. "Good job, Leo." I cheered. For the first time, I saw how our differences could actually make us a better team. Leo wasn't trying to annoy me. He just wanted to be included. And maybe, just maybe, I needed him too. When we placed the final piece, Leo clapped his hands loudly.
We did it.
I smiled and hugged him. We sure did. That day, I learned something important. Even when we're different, we can still be there for each other. Because family isn't about being the same. It's about loving each other no matter what.